Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Days of Our Lives is about to push Johnny past the point of no return, and it's worse than we think. For those who watched Johnny's heartrending confrontation with EJ on Days of Our Lives, we're betting you're still reeling just as much as we are. And if you missed it, you can catch up with our recap here. The question is, where do we go from here? Learning his father raped his mom to conceive him has completely devastated Johnny and eviscerated his relationship with his father. As EJ sobbed on the stairs, Johnny seethed that if he had a gun right now, he'd shoot his own father. That, though, may be the least of our problems. Because while it's made Johnny a very real suspect in EJ's coming shooting, Johnny's far more likely to respond in another way entirely, by leaving. During their emotional confrontation, Johnny vowed that EJ would never have anything to do with his grandchild and that he would not raise his kid in the DiMera legacy of pain and violence. But that's assuming he even has a kid. Carson Boatman told Soap Opera Digest, Johnny has become very resentful of his father, and it's what makes Johnny question his own ability to become a father, now knowing the truth of who his father really is. And that's huge, because a big reason why Johnny and Chanel decided to stay in Salem, twice, no less, was to start a family, and to stay around their families. Chanel, whose relationship with her mom is as strong as ever, seemed more willing to go chase Johnny's dream than he himself. But that may have changed. Johnny wants nothing to do with EJ anymore. Heck, we'd be surprised if he and Chanel stuck around the mansion much longer. That's bad enough, but there's still the threat of Arnold Feniger hanging over everyone's heads. Even as EJ tried defending himself in the wake of Johnny learning how he was conceived, he never once wavered in his blatant lie to his son that he had nothing to do with Arnold or Rafe's kidnapping. Neither are true. Johnny warned his dad even before the last devastating blow, that EJ would never see him again if he learned he had anything to do with Arnold. Eventually, that's going to come out. And as spoilers have Johnny turning to Rafe for comfort later in the week, the two may talk about how sure they both are that EJ is lying about his involvement. If Johnny joins in the search for proof, EJ could be toast. We know EJ is going to be shot, likely very soon, and Johnny will be one of the suspects. But he's always been one of the few DiMeras to turn his back on the family's pain and violence. The best way to do that? For Johnny and Chanel to tear a page out of Sammy's book, pack up their lives, leave town, and never look back at the DiMera name again. EJ's getting shot whether or not Johnny pulls the trigger. If the rest of his family leaves town at the same time, we could end up losing an entire branch of the DiMera family tree in one single blow. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel.